EA Sports MMA is the first global MMA game where we are taking fighters from all different worlds, all different rule sets, and putting them all together and having them challenge each other. So when you see them in real life, and they don't necessarily always get to fight each other, now they will get to fight each other.
Okay, and what's the big differentiator between Strikeforce and UFC? Because in Australia, at least, UFC is a much larger league.
It is a much larger league. They actually have different fighters, and Strikeforce is growing. There's a lot of really exciting stuff, and that's the kind of exciting stuff we want to put into our game. So in addition to Strikeforce, we have dream fighters who also come to Strikeforce, which makes Strikeforce itself huge for the game and in real life.
All right, and can you tell us how the controls are going to work? Because obviously they're very different to THQ's game.
Sure. Well, we have 4 basic gestures for jabs, hooks, uppercuts, and spinning back fists, and we have a set of modifiers on the controller. So if you hold the left stick and do those same 4 gestures, you get 4 different kicks. If you hold the right trigger and do the moves, you'll get parries, and if you hold the right bumper, you'll get body shots.
Okay, so earlier, late last year rather, Dana White put an embargo or a blackout on UFC fighters appearing in the EA game, and then later on that was lifted. Did that create much of a headache for you guys?
No, actually, we've been really focused on the fighters that we're signing and trying to get them as best that we can. We have quite a few fighters, so we've been working on that as best we can.
Okay, and one of the biggest complaints about the UFC game is online. What are you guys doing for online in your game?
We actually announced our live broadcast yesterday, which is a mode that allows players to come and post hype videos of themselves and actually be announced by real announcers. So yesterday, Morrow and Mayhem Miller did a show, and we'll have different announcers every week. It's basically just a way for you to showcase your talent to the whole world, whereas before it was just to your friends.
Is that a global thing or North America only?
I think it's global.
Now, can you talk to us a little bit about what the fighters think about the game?
Oh, the fighters love the game. We've actually had all of them at this particular event come by and check the game out. I actually played with Pat Miletich yesterday. He played for about 2 hours. We played for about 30 minutes. Mayhem's come by. Josh Barnett has come by. These guys have really been loving the game, and they can't believe how real it is. Mayhem actually was shocked at how authentic the Japanese experience is because he's fought in Japan. So they've been loving the game.
Okay, so you guys have taken leagues from different countries, yeah? What countries involved are there?
Right now we've announced Japan, England, Brazil, and North America.
Okay. And who's your favorite fighter in the game?
My favorite is Ronaldo Souza Jacare. He actually came by the studio and we got to train a bit. So I've learned from him, and due to the session that we had training, we've actually made some changes to the game.
What sort of changes did he make?
He showed me a lot of different ways to chain submissions, to go from, say, a triangle to an armbar, or an armbar to an omoplata. And we actually said, this is exciting enough that we need to have this. We were thinking about doing part 2, but we want to have it right now. So it's in the game.
Gilbert, what are your thoughts on the game?
My thoughts on the game are, I guess, thumbs up. I'm not the biggest critic on games, and I really don't get caught up in games too much, but I'll tell you what, I got caught up in this one, and I'm happy with it.
What's your involvement been in the game?
I'm one of the characters, and from what I heard, I'm like the lead character when you choose the weight class. I'm the Strikeforce lightweight champ, so they had me there, and I was really pumped up to hear about that, so I hope I'm a big part of the game, and I played myself a little bit, and I like it.
You think it's an accurate representation?
Yeah, you know what? I got to play a little more, but from the little I dabbled in it, I was like, wow, this is slick and this is good. And I think so.
So do you have to go through a process to get your likeness in the game?
Not much of a big process. I guess this is new for us, so I just they just put it out there and the idea, and I agreed to be in the game, and of course we're compensated and everything, and it wasn't not too big of an issue at all. It's actually a dream come true.
Cool. So you're a fighter. Do you play many video games at all or not?
Like I said, I have like a low attention span, so I get real frustrated sometimes with the games that are long, and I'll throw my remotes and all that. My friends used to get mad, but I like the quick satisfaction games. Like I like one-on-one games, Soul Calibur, Street Fighter, of course Fight Night. But I like Fight Night a lot. Honestly, I feel like I'm practicing my boxing when I'm there. So Fight Night's one of my favorite ones. I like playing Madden a little bit. So yeah, those are cool.
All right. So one of the biggest rising genres in gaming at the moment is fitness games. So like Wii Fit, EA Sports, fitness games. What are your thoughts on those sort of ways of getting fit as a professional athlete?
Like fitness, you mean like active, like you're gonna use, yeah. That I think that's like other than your thumbs, right? Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I mean, if for some people who are just kind of caught up in the couches playing video games, maybe it'd be good for them to do some stuff like that. I mean, whatever, and it's actually kind of entertaining. I've seen some of those games, and it's like more rhythm sometimes, and I think that's pretty cool. So any sort of outlet to get in good shape and have fun, that's great.